أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Let me clear my lens off here. Okay, I think it's a little bit better. Sorry, everybody. Sorry. Um, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم أما بعد. Dear beloved brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And for those of you who are watching this video, if you are not yet a Muslim, to you, I say peace. I started a Facebook Live video a little while ago, but I got cut off and I'm back. So I just wanted to make some brief comments before I go inside the house. I just returned from the mosque, the masjid, for the morning prayer, and I'm about to go inside the house and relax for most of the day before I have to go to work later on today. Um, so I just want to just make a few comments about why I believe that we should look towards Africa. Um, Primarily for those of us who are descendants of enslaved Africans here in the diaspora, in the Western Hemisphere, whether you live in Jamaica, Haiti, um, America, Brazil, it doesn't matter. But particularly, I want to discuss reasons why I believe I personally look towards Africa and why dealer people, descendants of enslaved Africans living and who were born in America, i.e., those people who identify as descendants of enslaved Africans here in America, why we should look particularly to Africa. For me personally, the reason why I look towards Africa is basically for three reasons. Three reasons. I don't know about anybody else. I can't speak about anybody else, but for myself, it's basically for three reasons. Okay. One, I want to live in an environment where the dominant culture is Islamic in nature. Okay. Here in the West, or particularly here in America, the prevailing culture is not based on Islamic morals and principles. Okay. And there are a lot of things that go on here in this country that are in, complete opposition to Islamic morals and ethics. And don't get me wrong, America has a lot of things that you could benefit from. You can come here, you can make money, you have a business, and there's a lot of opportunities here. A lot of opportunities here in America, no doubt about it. But the moral compass in America is off. The prevailing attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors are totally in opposition to Islamic morals, customs, and traditions. And you know it, and I know it. Everything from the sale of alcohol to homosexuality to sexual promiscuity and so many other things that are in opposition to Islamic morals, traditions, and ethics. Now, Brother Bilal, are you trying to say that don't exist on the mother continent in many of these countries that claim to be Muslim countries? No, I'm not saying that. I know those things exist. I know alcohol is sold. I know fornication and adultery, it happens. I know that. And I know there are homosexuality around the mother continent. I know that too. I do. However, the prevailing culture is still Islamic, or the majority of the people there are Muslims. Even though the knowledge of the Deen is waning, unfortunately, many of these people take Islam for granted, and it's turned to more of a cultural thing for a lot of people. But there is more promise there, than here. Even though they may lack some of the basic knowledge of Islam, they still are Muslims. You can still give them salams. You can still call them the truth, and they will more likely listen to you. and you can still hear the adhan. You can still go to the masjid and pray. You can do that here too. That's true. But the prevailing culture is still Muslim in nature, even though that it may be based on ignorance, or some people may put some of their tribal customs and traditions over Islamic cultures and norms. That does happen. Yes, it does. And that is a problem. But at the same time, you can still call them back to the way of Allah and His Messenger, alayhi salam, and you can still deal with them. And even with all that madness, the base culture is still there of Islam. So for me, that's the first reason for me why I look to the mother continent. The second reason why I look to the mother continent, and I think where we all should look towards the mother continent, is purely from an economic perspective. Okay, the U.S. dollar is a fiat currency. Okay, it's paper money. It's not real money, and they just keep printing the U.S. dollar, and the more they print it, because nothing back in the U.S. dollar, the more they print it, the weaker the dollar becomes. When I was in high school, gas was 88 cents. Now, in some cases, it's $3 here. Why is that? Same gas, is that the US dollar is falling in value. But the US dollar still has a lot of oomph, a lot of power. And your money goes much farther on the African continent than here. So, for example, you can go to Gambia. You can go to Gambia or Ghana, or even Nigeria in some cases, and you could buy land and build a house for less than $40,000. Less than $40,000. And yes, people are going there. And yes, they are buying property. And yes, they are building houses. There's some who are renting. Some may be involved in a timeshare. But I actually see and know people who actually bought houses or built houses on the African continent in Gambia, Ghana, and other places. So it can happen. And so your dollar goes much, much further there. I saw a house for rent in Nigeria for $1,200 a year. $1,200 for one full year of rent in Nigeria. I saw other cases like that in Ghana as well. Now, again, this is online. I haven't seen it. Are they scams? Yes, there are scams. I know, I know, I know. But I have people who have intimate knowledge of this issue. And yes, your money goes much, much further. So here in America, when it comes to my people, or those who identify as descendants of enslaved Africans living, who were born here in America, the wealth gap between us and our white counterparts is huge. There's a huge economic chasm right now that exists. The median wealth of black people in American, or what you would call African Americans or dealer people, is about $57,000 compared to $180,000 of white people's wealth. Okay, so when we talk about wealth, we talk about stocks, bonds, land. We talk about trusts. We talk about different things that build wealth. We as a people don't have that. Many of us are consumers, we're renters, and we don't have that wealth that our white counterparts have. Now, does that mean that we don't have money? Yes, we have. We have a lot of money, but we have bad spending habits. Bad spending habits. And so I believe that we take our money and reinvest in the mother continent, whether it be starting businesses there, buying property, land, or building houses there, we can actually see our money grow exponentially more than we have right here. I have a good family friend of mine. He retired. He's a truck driver, right? And I know he gets about maybe $3,000, $3,500 a month in retirement. I mean, that's not bad, but it's not a whole lot of money here, to be honest with you. Once you pay your food, rent, or mortgage and things like that, assuming, I don't know, maybe his house is bought and paid for, I don't know. But $3,000 is not a lot of money in the United States currently. I saw there's an article on page about there are people out in California and New York as well who are paying over $2,000 a month in rent And there are people out there in California. Half of America's homeless are in California, and people out there paying $2,600 in rent. $2,600 in rent, and so many people can't even afford the rent. They're living in their cars. One woman, she's a Lyft and Uber driver. She's living in her car because she can't afford to pay the rent. So let's say she takes her money, she saves her money and buys. I saw an acre of land for sale in Ghana for $2,000. An acre of land in Ghana for $2,000. I saw with my own eyes, not in person because I haven't been there. I have to say that I haven't been there, but I plan on going. But I did some research and it was $2,000. You won't get that here in the United States. Maybe you could have gotten that back maybe 30 years ago. You could have gotten that, but not right now. Not right now. I mean, there are houses here in Atlanta area, for example, that may be old and dilapidated and they're falling down. And in some cases, you get a house for $2,000, $3,000. You go into the courthouse steps and buy a house that was foreclosed on, or there's they didn't pay taxes on it, or what have you. That is true. That's true. But you still have to uh have the money to fix it up and this and that. You got to pay property taxes and all this kind of stuff on that. Those type of obstacles don't exist on the mother continent. Your money goes much, 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 much further. So I'm encouraging my people to don't be so fixated on America. Don't be so fixated. We are international people. We can go anywhere. We're known all around the world. Please look to the mother continent for our future, for you and our children. Okay, so for economic reasons, our money goes much further. When America has the code, economically, we have pneumonia. We have higher rates of unemployment. We're not building generational wealth, and one way to build generational wealth is through ownership of property and land. And as you know, historically, we have been denied the right to own property, whether it be through redlining or predatory lending practices, or we go to the bank and try to get a loan and they charge you higher rates of interest than they would someone, our white counterparts with the same background, the same down payment, even the same credit score. You would be charged higher rates of interest. Now, again, we don't want to be involved in interest. We don't want to be involved in that. I'm just giving you an example of how the chips are stacked against us. They made the game. This is their game. And when someone else makes the game, they make the rules. And whoever designs a game will never allow themselves to be defeated in the game. So the America was never designed for us. It's not. So economically, for economic reasons, for wealth building reasons, I'm encouraging us to look to the mother continent because there are a lot of opportunities to invest. There are a lot of opportunities to redevelop. And those of you who haven't gone, like including myself, again, our disclaimer, I have not been, but I plan on going, inshallah. I'm saving my money right now to do just that. Let's look to the mother continent. The third reason why I'm looking to the mother continent, and I encourage all of us to do also, is simply for a better quality of life. Here in the United States, as you know, the United States is based on a capitalistic model, and everything here is based on money, 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 money. It's a very money-driven economy and culture, and as a result, is very, very stressful, very, very stressful. But on the mother continent, and Allah knows best, and Allah knows best, is not like that. Much easier living. Much easier living. The food tastes better. The food tastes better. The people are nicer. You're not hounded by creditors all the time and this and that, so on. It's not like that. And it's here I want to enjoy a better way of life for my wife, my children, and myself. And so I'm encouraging all of you to think deeply about the mother continent for possibilities, redevelopment, and reinvestment. Now, some of you may say, well, Brother Bilal, this is our home. Our ancestors were forcibly brought here. We were born here. We fought, bled, died here. The bones of our ancestors are here, and we do have a legal claim to restorative justice, and that is true. I agree with you. We do have a claim for reparations and restorative justice. I agree, and that's a fight that we should not give up. However, I'm not sitting around and waiting. I believe that America is under divine judgment. I believe that America is being destroyed currently, just as Pharaoh refused to give justice to the Hebrew people when Moses, may Allah's peace be upon him, when he went before Pharaoh to tell Pharaoh to let the children of Israel go and to worship the one God, and Pharaoh rejected the call of Moses, and he refused to give justice to the Hebrew people. Allah sent plagues on Egypt to force Pharaoh into submission. And the Hebrew people didn't ask for anything other than they wanted to be separated from Pharaoh. They didn't ask for any type of compensation, land, or anything. Only thing they wanted was to be separated from Pharaoh, because they knew that they would never be dealt justly in Egypt. And so Allah blessed them. When Allah blessed them with Jericho and Jerusalem, and when Allah gave them so many prophets, and Allah gave them all types of wealth, that wealth and those things that they received came after they separated from Pharaoh, came after they made their exodus out of Egypt. And so I believe that this Caucasian in America who subscribes to white supremacy, who subscribes to injustice and tyranny, they will never do justice by us. I'm being honest. Now, I'm not talking about those Caucasians who've accepted divine law who are Muslims. I'm not talking about those people, because we have millions of Muslims around the world who are Caucasian. Yes, they are, and they're my brothers and sisters in Deen. But when I talk about white people, I'm talking about those people who reject divine law, who believe in white supremacy, who believe in tyranny and injustice. I believe that they will never do justice by our people. Even though we have a legitimate claim, they won't do it. And what I mean by justice, wa alaikum salam, sister, alhamdulillah. When I say justice, what do I mean? When I talk about reparations or restorative justice, I'm not talking about just money. Money is fine, but I'm not just talking about money. I want land. I want territory, all right, for my people. I want separate land and territory set aside specifically for us so we can rule and govern ourselves. That's what I mean by justice. I mean, when I say justice, I mean that I believe that my people should be exempt from all taxation, federal, state, local. Our ancestors paid the price. That is what I mean by justice. When I say justice, I mean that we should receive subsidies to buy land and housing in this country as a form of restorative justice. That's what I mean by justice. I also mean by justice that my people should receive free medical care. Free medical care. We should have our credit wiped clean. We should be exempt from the military draft in case of war. These are things that build wealth. These things build generational wealth. We also should receive free tuition for any school you want to go to in the United States. This is what I mean by justice. This is what I mean, and they won't do that. I'm not going to sit around here and wait. They're not going to do that. So either I have two options. Either I can sit here and complain and try to take my case to the oppressor, even though we have a legitimate claim, and we should never stop making that claim. Or I can blaze my own trail and leave and let America handle itself, because I do believe America is under divine judgment. Everything Allah says not to do, America says okay to do. And everything Allah says to do, here in America, you have to do all that. So America itself is in direct opposition to divine law. So when you want to do when you want to disobey Almighty God Allah, Allah tells us throughout the Quran, in the Bible, and previous scriptures, you want to disobey Allah, you want to disobey His commandments and His laws, eventually Allah will send His punishment. And I believe America is currently under punishment right now. I've gone on record and said that many times, and I believe America is under divine judgment in general. And I believe the Caucasian who rejects divine law, who believes in white supremacy, who believes in injustice and tyranny, they specifically are under judgment. I believe Allah is removing them from this planet, from this country specifically. That's why measles and polio is disproportionately affecting Caucasian people. That's why their birth rate is 0. That's why the white female is infertile. She has to go to all these fertility clinics. They have children. They're not repopulating. They're not having children. That's why they're disproportionately affected by skin cancer and all these other diseases. This is the result or a payback for what you have done and you refuse to atone for. So Allah is whipping your tail right now. But guess what? I believe also that my people, those who are descendants of enslaved Africans living, who were born in America, whose ancestors were enslaved Africans, I believe they will receive the same punishment because we follow them. Just like the Hebrew people who come out of Egypt. Moses went to the Hebrew people and said, listen, Allah wants to separate from Pharaoh. I need you to follow me. Some of them didn't want to go with Moses. Some of them was so enamored with the wealth and the power and the opulence of Pharaoh, they didn't want to leave. Some of them went kicking and screaming with Moses. May Allah's peace be upon him. And so they never asked Pharaoh, you treated us unfairly. We want money. We want land. We want reparations for what you've done to us. Even though they had a legitimate claim. No problem. But they never asked for that. All they said was, we want to leave. We want to separate from you because you will never do justice with us. And because they want to separate from Pharaoh, because he was an oppressor, because he was a tyrant, because he claimed and he was Allah, because he was a person that oppressed the people, and he was a person who rejected divine law, they said, you know what? We good. We want nothing from you. We are separating ourselves from you because we don't see you doing any justice by us. You rejected the call of Moses, and we've been in your midst for at least over 100 years. So you won't do justice with us. We good. We good. We good. And I think this should be the aspect of my people in America. Even though we have a legitimate case, even though we have a legitimate claim, we should put more effort in blazing our own trail, being self-reliant, being independent, loving ourselves, focusing ourselves, circulating the black dollar among ourselves here in this country, while at the same time looking to Mother Africa for a future for investment, living, redevelopment. This is what I believe. So for those of you who may identify as an Aboriginal or a Native American or what have you, if that's how you see yourself, then mashallah, may Allah bless you. I encourage you to join those existing tribes here in America, and you're welcome to go and join them. No problem. But for those of us who identify as descendants of enslaved Africans, and especially those of us who are Muslim, this is the prime opportunity to look to the mother continent for investment, for wealth building, and to living so our future generations won't be subjugated or subjected to this type of treatment. Now, Brother Bilal, you living in the pie in the sky, Brother Bilal. Come on, get real, brother. You're not from these tribes. Do you really think you can go there and get citizenship? Do you really think you can go there and get some land? Do you really think they'll go there and accept you? Let me say this. Me personally, I'm not looking for citizenship in any of these countries. I'm not looking for it. I'm not looking for citizenship. What I am looking for is an opportunity to grow my money that I work hard for, an opportunity to build generational wealth, an opportunity to live in an environment where it's easier living, And on top of that, I'm not looking to take from Mother Africa. Let me say this. I'm not looking to take from Mother Africa. I'm going to invest and give my time and my energies to make Mother Africa better. If that's your mindset, then the people there want to work with you. If you just coming just to take, and not give anything back, if you come in with an arrogant Western mentality, oh, that's nasty. Oh, we don't do that where we come from. Oh, look, oh. Then guess what? The people are going to develop a disdain for you, a distrust for you, and they will not want to work with you. But if you coming to invest, to help, to contribute, they'll be there with open arms. They'd rather deal with you than deal with the Chinese. They'd rather deal with you than deal with the historical oppressor, the European. They'd rather deal with you than deal with them. Trust me on that. Please believe it. So, again, the Mother Africa is a huge continent. It doesn't have to be in the West Africa, where many of our ancestors came from, or exited the continent from that area. It doesn't have to be there. Africa's a huge continent. You go anywhere. Just look there for opportunities. Inshallah. That's my view. I believe that we won't get justice here in America. We can try, we can fight for it, and we have a legitimate claim. I just don't believe they're going to do it. I don't. So I'm not going to sit here and wait. Maybe he have a change of heart. No. I believe America is under divine judgment. And since America is under divine judgment, it will be foolish for me to want to remain. It'd be foolish for me. Now, while we're here, we should work together in tandem with our people to be self-reliant, independent, circulate the black dollar among ourselves, strengthen the black family, protect and preserve the black woman, protect her. She's all we have. She's our future. Protect the black woman, strengthen the black family, circulate the black dollar, care for our communities. And while we're doing that, put your focus on the mother continent for redevelopment and investment, while at the same time know that America is under divine judgment. And I believe Allah is destroying this country slowly but surely. The dollar is falling in value. America's stance in the world has been diminished. And people are committing suicide and murder and all this kind of thing. Trust me, the judgment is on. So I believe, in my conclusion, that the mindset of our people right now should be the mindset of the Hebrew people in Egypt. We must be an independent nation, an independent people in the midst of Egypt. If we turn back to Allah, if we obey divine commandments, the divine law, when Egypt was under the famine and the plagues and things like that, the wealth and the land and the property of the Hebrew people were preserved. Their wealth increased. Their numbers increased. The cattle increased. The land was pure. The water was good. But the water of the Egyptians was contaminated. Their animals died. Their crops eaten by locusts. They got lice in their hair. Their water would turn into blood. But not the water of the Hebrew people. Their animals were safe. Their land was okay. And their numbers kept increasing. Why? Because they believed in the one God. And they turned to the one God and one God only. And they obeyed the commandment, the guidance of the prophet that was sent to them. Prophet Moses. May Allah's peace be upon him. So, my people in America right now, we should take a page from them. We should be an independent people. If we turn back to Allah and worship the one God and one God only, and obey the prophet that was sent to us, who is Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him. He is the finality of all the prophets, and we follow him. and we follow his teachings, and we worship the one God and one God alone, Allah will bless us. Our wealth will increase. Our numbers will increase. Our land and will get better. Our food will get better. The diseases will leave our body. And so while we're doing that, we're making our preparations to make a mass exodus back to the mother continent. Now, Brother Bilal, you are so crazy. Do you think these countries will really accept all of you in a mass exodus? I'm not saying that. Not all of us are going to go. Not all of us are going to get it. And plus, the continent is huge. You could put America and South America in Mother Africa. It's a huge continent. Get in where you fit in. Everybody has to go to Ghana. Ghana right now is a hot spot for our people right now because they have what they call the year of return. They're asking people from the African diaspora to return to Ghana to live and reinvest and redevelopment. Now, don't get me wrong. Do I really believe that these initiatives are based out of some kind of brotherly love or black love? Of course, there's some economic incentives to all this. Of course, they want the investment, redevelopment. The government of Ghana has made a lot of money on the year of return. They made a lot of money on people going back and living there. I know this. Don't get it twisted. I'm not in some kind of la-la land. I'm not crazy, okay? But at the same time, Ghana is not the only country. You can go anywhere. Nigeria, Benin, Cote d'Ivoire, Zaire, Kenya, Uganda, is up to you. Spend your money in a place where you can grow exponentially. In many of these places, your money can be triple, even quadruple. But can we get out of the mindset that America is the big house on the hill? And for some of you, that's how you feel. A lot of people came to this country to work. And they came here to work, to benefit themselves and their families, and send that money back home. That's a lot. I mean, I don't care if you're Nigerian, Senegalese, Yemeni, Pakistani, Indians. They came to this country for the express purpose of making money, benefiting themselves and their family, and taking that money and sending it back home where it can double, triple, even quadruple. They looking for wealth building methods for their people back home. We the only ones right here, might be only ones right here, not taking advantage of what America has to offer. Sitting here struggling to pay the rent, struggling to pay the utilities. Many of us don't own our houses or own land. We rent and we struggling trying to keep up with the white man. Well, there's opportunities outside of this country for us, and they are welcoming to us. Trust me. We are the biggest influences in the world. Dealer people, those who are descendants of enslaved Africans living and born in America, or what you may term African Americans, we are the biggest influences in the world. Everybody loves our culture, our music, how we walk, how we dress. Everybody want to be like us. And so when you go around the world, oh my God, they respect you. They want to know about you. They respect you. Trust me on that. So please, let's look to the mother continent for our future, for our people, and realize that America is on its last leg. America is falling. Please know that. America is under judgment. And let me say this in my conclusion. I'll open the floor for you right now. I believe that my people were brought here to America for a divine purpose. I believe that we were brought here to America in the bowels of slave ships for a divine purpose. And that is call the people in America to Islam, to call the people in America to righteousness, to warn America of her pending doom if she doesn't straighten up and fly right and atone for what she has done to not only us, but to the native peoples, to the people on the mother continent, Pakistan, India. America's gone around the world and caused havoc and oppression, and she has yet to atone for it. So because you refuse to atone for it, because you believe that you are a God besides Allah, Allah is punishing you right now. Again, I believe in general, America is under judgment. In general, and the Caucasian specifically is under divine judgment right now. You can stay here if you want to, but for me and my family, we trying to abandon ship. Now, my dawah, my efforts are still to my people in America. I still call my people in America to Islam, to righteous behavior, to economic empowerment, to self-reliance and independence. That has not changed, and I will continue to do so. But you will also hear me add something to that, which is look to the mother continent for the future of our people. You won't get a fair shake in America. It's not happening. It is not going to happen. It wasn't meant for you to have justice here. They never meant for us to be citizens here. You can forget it. 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 It's not happening. Even though you have a righteous claim to restorative justice, I believe that. We have a claim. Keep up that fight. Go to United Nations. Keep up that fight. Don't get me wrong. We have the legal right to get restorative justice and reparations. But will they give it to you? Will they? I don't think so. Pharaoh refused to give it up to the Hebrew people, and Allah destroyed him. And I believe this is why America is under divine judgment. They will not give it the justice to our people. You can ask for it, but you won't get it. His mind is twisted. He believed that he's a God besides Allah. He believed that he's better because of his skin pigmentation. He's arrogant. He's a white supremacist. He's not going to do justice by us. So keep up the fight. Keep going. I believe we have a righteous cause, but I'm not waiting. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa ashhadu an la ilaha anta astaghfirullah kutubi ilaik. If I said something incorrect today, it's from myself or shaitan, la'nat Allah, may Allah curse Satan forever. But if I said something that is right and exact, then all praise and credit is for Allah. I'm asking all of you to please share this video. Share the video with people that you know. Share this video, please. If you want to ask me a question privately, go to bilal.stroud@gmail.com. That's bilal.stroud@gmail.com. You can also find me here on Facebook, Bilal Stroud on Facebook, Bilal Stroud, Stroud. You can also find me on Instagram, Bilal Stroud on Instagram. No problem. You Google my name, the only person with that name. So it should be pretty easy to find me. Well, alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika wa ashhadu an la ilaha anta astaghfirullah kutubi ilaik. So I'm going to open the floor for questions, concerns, or comments right now before I go inside this house and enjoy the rest of my day. The Fadl. Okay, wa alaikum salam, Brother Lloyd Covington. Wa alaikum salam. Brother Saeed, how you doing, Brother Saeed? Good to see you, bro. I'm going to get with you on, I think, tomorrow, inshallah, right? We had an appointment tomorrow. I'm going to get with you tomorrow, inshallah. Brother Lloyd, mashallah. Okay, yes, alhamdulillah. Okay. Mashallah, brother. Okay, Safraz Hussein. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Sister Hadia, this is what the people are doing who are coming here from those areas. Just keep your bank in the U.S. Yes, Sister Hadia, she's right. Like I said before, other people come here from Mexico, Yemen, India, Pakistan. They come here to make money in U.S. dollars and send their money back to their countries because they're generating generational wealth. They know they use America for what it is. You know, it's like a cow. Like a cow, right? You want to milk a cow? A cow has udders. You know, you can milk a cow. Milk America for what it is. Milk her. Use her for what it is. Stop thinking you got a future here. You don't. Use her. Milk her. Get her money and put your money elsewhere. Real talk. And build generational wealth for our people. Real talk. Okay. Wa alaikum salam, sister. Amanata, mashallah. Wa alaikum salam, sister. Alhamdulillah. May Allah bless you. Everyone watching. Sister Harriet Tubman had to hold a gun to some slaves to keep them moving to freedom. Lut was called to leave Sodom and Gomorrah. That is true. You won't ever find a prophet in the scriptures where when Allah had determined that that nation or that town or that city would be destroyed, that he allowed the prophets and the believers to remain amongst them. When Allah sent down his judgment, his call, he told his prophets, take you and the believers, go away. Noah called his people the truth, but at a certain time, Allah says, build the ark. Moses called his people to truth and told Pharaoh about what's going on, but eventually Moses received the order to leave. Look at Prophet Salih alayhi salam in the Quran. His job was to call the people the truth. He warned them not to hamstring the sheep camel of Allah, and they kept doing their evil. So a call was made for them to leave the city. Allah never destroyed the town while the believers were amongst them. Allah gave them a way out. So look at Prophet Lut alayhi salam, or Lot as he's known in the Bible. Sodom and Gomorrah. They were doing evil. All types of evil, not just homosexuality. They were doing all types of other evils. So people want to focus on homosexuality only, but they were doing other stuff too. It came a time when Abraham alayhi salam, the angels came to Ibrahim alayhi salam. Abraham had told him that the judgment was on Sodom and Gomorrah, and the angels came to destroy it. And you know the rest of the story. But Lut had to get out with his people. I believe America is under divine judgment. That's just me. I believe that in my heart, America is under divine judgment. And to remain here, thinking that you have a future here, is a exercise in futility. Brother Lloyd, it's on. Let's get this cracking. I'm down for success. Looking for a job now. Help. Alhamdulillah, Brother Lloyd. May Allah bless you. Please, I want everybody to have the mindset. If you're looking for a job, you're trying to start a business, fine. But let your mindset be, let me get this job, or let me start a business with the mindset of saving my money and investing in a mother continent. Whether you want to migrate there and live permanently, or just go back and forth, or have a business there making money for you for later times. Keep your focus on the mother continent. It's the future. Everybody and their grandmama going over there. The Chinese going over there. The European has never left there. They never left there. Still there making money. The Chinese over there. Everybody's over there. Why can't we go and get a piece of the pie? You stuck here believing that you got a future in America. You're fooling yourself. Okay, no, okay. Wa alaikum salam. I am Nina G. MashaAllah. Okay, alhamdulillah, thank you. Okay, Brother Sheikh Abdul Rahim, listen from South Africa. May Allah bless you, Akhi. May Allah bless you from the mother continent. Alhamdulillah. Anybody else have any more suggestions? Okay, Sheikh Abdul Rahim, keep it up, Sheikh. I love your style. I will visit you, inshallah. Please, brother, come visit us in America, Sheikh Abdul Rahim Firi. Please come here, inshallah. I'll meet with you if you come, inshallah, no problem. I'll meet with you. I am Nina G. You are so right, brother. Thank you, sister. MashaAllah. May Allah bless you. I say what I feel is right. I say what I feel is right. Brother Lloyd, okay, how much minimum I need to head to Africa? You need to do your own research. There's so many countries there who are open to redevelopment. Trust me. And we are international people. I told you, people around the world, they love us around the world. For real, for real. We are the biggest influencers. Use that to your advantage when you go to Gambia, Ghana, Benin, whether it be Zaire, Uganda, Angola, wherever you're going to go. Trust me. They'll see you as someone returning home. As long as you do not come with a Western arrogant mindset. Oh, but y'all, oh, that's so nasty. Oh, I don't like, don't do that. You do that, you cause people to hate you, distrust you, and have a disdain for you. Go for the purpose of helping, to contributing, to give something back. If that's your mindset, you'll be all right. Especially if you're a Muslim. I mean, you Muslim, I mean, you good anyway, inshallah, if that's your mindset. You know, if you're a Christian, no problem. There are Christians all through the mother continent. Get in where you fit in. Okay, brother, Sister Talia, Allah can force their hands, and we can press them and continue to demand our justice. Never say what can happen. Some never thought we would be free today in USA, but we are. Some never thought, Sister Talia, some never thought we would have a black-skinned president, but that also happened. Let us give power to hope, and as you say, continue the fight. Let us consider all options because Allah said He can open doors from places we never could imagine. Most of us cannot imagine living in Africa, but it has happened for many. That is true, Sister Tolia. Let me just say this. And the sister corrected me, mashallah. I have no problem being corrected. I'm not going to say never. I'm going to say, based on historical and empirical evidence, it is highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. But she's right. Some of us can imagine living on the African continent. That's fine. That's cool. Maybe as time goes on, you can retrain yourself for that possibility. But I'm telling you, while you're sitting here struggling to pay a $1,200 a month rent, where you can go to Ghana, for example, and pay $1,200 for the whole year, I think you're going to wake up pretty soon. Brother Lloyd, wa alaikum salam. Isaac, wa alaikum salam, rahmatullah. Isaac, alhamdulillah, may Allah bless you. Willie Muhammad, assalamu alaikum. Okay, sister, we have begged, marched, subjugated, created separate communities here out a semblance of fairness and freedom. We are 10 years in the rears. It's time to leave the Titanic. We have to be smart. And of course keep ties here, but start creating elsewhere. That's true. I would never say cut ties to America. No. I'm not cutting ties. I still have family here. I got friends here. But I tell you what, I'm gonna create a tie on the mother continent and still keep the ties here. And yes, I do believe America is like a sinking Titanic. I believe that the U.S. dollar will, inshallah, if it's the will of Allah, the U.S. dollar will eventually collapse. Because America is $21 trillion in debt right now. $21 trillion in debt right now. And in the future, gold will be the medium of exchange. Gold, silver, platinum be a medium of exchange. So while the U.S. dollar still has some power, let's use it to reinvest that money elsewhere so we can get a better return on our money and build generational wealth. The U.S. dollar eventually will collapse if it's the will of Almighty God Allah. I'm not saying it. There are plenty of economists who are saying that. And the only thing that's holding up the U.S. dollar is the threat of U.S. military intervention, the speculation on part of traders and financial experts, and America's good name. There's nothing back in the U.S. dollar. Gold, silver, nothing. They just print out of thin air. They're printing, and that's the Federal Reserve. They just print money. Federal Reserve gives permission to the U.S. Mint to print money, but I ain't getting into that today. I'm just letting you know. Brother Isaac, in war, it's better to use your enemy's resources than your own. That is true. Milk her, brothers and sisters. Shh, shh. Milk America right now. Milk her for what she is. Use the good that you can get out of her. And stop thinking you got a future here. Because you don't, in my view. And like I said, it's highly unlikely they're going to give us justice. And I already said earlier what I feel that justice is. I told you what justice looks like. I told you, and I think it's highly unlikely that it's going to come down. It may. Allah knows best, but I'm going on the empirical, historical evidence. It ain't going down like that, and Allah knows best. Brother Lloyd, yes, thank you. Wa alaikum salam rahmatullah. Wa alaikum salam, Brother Lloyd. May Allah bless you. I mean. Sister Tolia, you are right, Brother Bilal. I went to Africa as a Muslim who came to help, and I was truly honored and well received everywhere I went. See? Sister Talia tells you, if you're coming to help, if you're coming to contribute, not to abuse, not to take advantage of like the white man is doing over there right now, because that's what they do. Historically, the European, they still over there, especially in West Africa, still corrupting the people, using them, economically oppressing them. If your job, if you want to contribute, help, give back to the people, give them fair wages when you create a business, give them fair wage, help them understand their culture, be sensitive to their culture, not trying to come and impose your Western, that's so nasty. Oh, I can't, is that clean? Is that clean? What? Don't do that. Don't do that. If you do, folk gonna bust in your house, rob you, do everything. Just because no one likes someone trying to come to their house trying to tell them how things should go. No one wants that. No one wants that kind of arrogance in their country. Don't do that. And if you want to understand what I'm saying, look at the many people who have come to our communities with that same mentality of thinking that we are low, or having that type of arrogant mindset, whether it be among the Koreans, the Yemenis, the Indians, the Pakistanis, the Arabs, who have set up shop in our communities with these convenience stores and all this kind of businesses in our community, and refuse to hire the people from the community, sell us low-grade food, not willing to invest in our community, understand our culture. They just come to take. And as a result, the people have a mistrust for them and a disdain for them. But you know what? This is on us because we allowed them to come in. We allowed them to take those businesses in our community. Since you don't want to invest in yourself, since you don't want to circulate the black dollar, somebody's coming to circulate your black dollar for you. And that's somebody outside of your community, and they don't give a damn about you. Just being honest. Okay, let's go on. Brother Isaac, do you have any personal experience making hijrah or migrating to Africa? If so, what parts and what skills were most beneficial and needed by the community? No, I said that from the very beginning, Brother Isaac. Maybe you didn't know. I have never been to the mother continent. I haven't, and I'm planning on going. I've talked to numerous people. Matter of fact, one of my teachers here, Sheikh Dawood Bojang, may Allah Ta'ala bless him. He's one of my teachers here. He's from the Gambia. Him and I've had numerous conversations about this. He was born and raised there, and I plan on going. So let me say, make it clear, a disclaimer. I have never been to the mother continent. I never have. But I plan on going very soon. Very soon. Very soon. And may Allah Ta'ala make things easy. But Brother Isaac, from what I gather from people who have been there, including my teacher, things like that, whatever skills you have, as long as you are sincere, as long as you want to contribute, as long as you understand the culture, as long as you want to give back, whatever skills you have, they would readily accept. But what I can say in those countries that are non-English speaking countries, if you can teach English, that is, highly respected, highly lauded. If you are a nurse or a physician, that is badly needed. Any type of skill, trade, or profession in which you coming to give to the people, and this is why I tell people, and I'm telling myself, have you a skill, trade, or profession that will translate once you get there. Don't say, well, I'm going to go over there and work in a warehouse. I'm going to go over there and work in a restaurant. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure you have a skill, trade, or profession or some sort of product that you can sell online or there locally that in US dollars where you see your money grow. One brother told me about one African-American brother, one dealer brother went to West Africa and he was selling batteries like, the C battery, double A, triple A batteries, whatever it is, and you made a lot of money selling batteries. That's something that the people really need. So go and assess their needs. Assess what they need. Just like any businessman, go, a businesswoman, go see what the need is, see what the people have, and give the people what they want. It could be anything from batteries to cars. I know brothers right here who are from Senegal and Gambia who buy cars here in America and ship them cars over there and sell them over there. It's up to you. Get in where you fit in. And may Allah make things easy for us. Brother Isaac, it's time for Salat al-Fajr here in Southern California. May Allah grant us tawfiq in this life and the next. Allahumma ameen. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam, Brother Isaac. May Allah bless you, akhi. May Allah bless you wherever you are. Ameen. Brother, Sister Talia, they need everything there. MashaAllah. Sister Talia said they need everything. Whatever you can contribute, just as long as you go with the mindset, I'm here to help. I'm here to contribute. I'm going to pay you a fair wage here because I can afford it because I'm making big money. I'm going to pay you a fair wage, give you what you need. I respect your culture. I'm going to revere and respect your culture. I'm coming here to contribute. If that's your mindset, you good. Okay, Sister Aminata. They need doctors, school teachers, accountants, architects, legal assistants, insurance, tech, retail business, owners, managers, healthcare, knowledge, entertainment, etc. Surely your skills can provide opportunities for growth. Yes. In other words, brother, they need everything. They need as long as you're coming to give and contribute, you good. Isaac, inshallah. Okay, alhamdulillah. Sister Aminata, Little John just opened his second school in Ghana. Look, Sister Aminata, Little John the rapper just opened a second school in Ghana. Okay, mashallah. I saw a video just recently, a T.I. over there, and I think the rapper T.I., I think he's in Senegal or Gambia. One of them over there touring a slave castle. People are looking to the mother continent. There is a revival of thought, a resurgence of thought. I told you the U.S. dollar is falling in value. We over here struggling to pay this rent. I struggling to pay utility bill, electric bill. In many of these countries, there's no electric bill you pay every month, water bill you pay every month. No, you pay rent one time a year, just once. And I think they mean in some of these countries, you pay the electric bill every 3 months. Ain't no water bill every month. And no, you've been deceived, hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok. And so there are African Americans or dealer people who have whole communities over there in Gambia, Ghana, Senegal, where all these, they just live together. And they got businesses. Go get your piece of the pie, Akhi. Go get your piece of the pie, Amatullah. Go, Amatullah. Go and see what's going on. This earth is spacious. America is not the only game in town. We are an international people. People know us all around the world. Get in where you fit in. Okay, Sayyad Isa, wa alaikum salam, brother. What you saying is 100% right. Africa needs help from African American knowledge, expertise. Africa is a very rich continent. I drove from Mombasa to another city. It's amazing. It's amazing. You can be rich in a year. SubhanAllah. You see that? It's not. I'm not. These are actual comments on the live feed. You can see them in the comment box after the video. I'm not setting nothing up. I ain't telling nobody to come in. I'm just sitting here in my driveway before I go inside the house. I didn't tell nobody to chime in. Just being real. Just being real. I'm your brother from another mother. May Allah bless you. Okay. All right. Those are the ends of the comments right now. If there's no more comments, questions, or concerns, again, let me conclude. Brothers and sisters, I told you. And people have confirmed here on the live feed exactly what I've been saying. Please look to the mother continent for wealth building, redevelopment, and investment. Please look to the mother continent. Look to the mother continent. You go over there right now, the Chinese all over there. Chinese, all kind of people over there in the mother Africa. Making money. Making money. Buying diamonds and gold and all this kind of stuff. Africa is minerally rich continent. You can do whatever you want to. As long as you don't come with an arrogant Western mentality, the people will love you and respect you and welcome you. Don't be like the white man in Europe. Don't do that. Are you aware that the sex trade is huge in Gambia right now? I mean, did you know that? Give me a thumbs up if you knew that sex trade is booming in the Gambia right now. Send me a thumbs up right now. I'll give you 30 seconds. 30 seconds right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, come on. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nobody? Okay, thank you. Yes, the sex trade is booming in the Gambia. As you know, Gambia was colonized by the British. And the British have been going to Gambia for years for holiday, for vacation. They go down there for years. And when you go down there, the hotels and resorts are not owned by the native Gambians. They're owned by Europeans. And they come down there to the Gambia looking for sex. Men coming for young girls. Women come for young men. To have sex in the Gambia. And because the Gambia is so dependent upon tourism, and the vast majority of the people who visit the Gambia are from Europe, then they don't want to bite the hand that feed them. This is a Muslim country. And the white man coming down there to find sex in the Gambia. And the people are poor. And the vast majority of their dollars are made through tourism from people coming from Europe. So the sex trade is booming in the Gambia. But if you go and set up a resort of your own, respecting the people, loving the people, employing the local people, giving them good wages, respecting their culture, honoring their culture, that's who they want. That's who they want. That's what they want. They've been colonized by the white man for so long. They tired of dealing with them. But they're the only ticket in town. Because nobody else would come and do business and trade with them. So they had to deal with the devil. I'm sorry. This is how I feel. Okay, I'm going to leave now. Thank you for listening. I've been rambling on for some time now. My wife's probably wondering where I am. I'm looking up there. She not looking at the window right now, so she probably wondering where I am, but you know I'm here talking. So may Allah bless all of you and keep you. Share this video. Share this video. Share this video. Again, my name is Bilal Stroud. If you want to talk to me, you can email me, bilal.stroud@gmail.com. That's bilal.stroud@gmail.com. You can find me right here on Facebook, Bilal Stroud on Facebook. You can also find me on Instagram, Bilal Stroud on Instagram. Okay? May Allah bless you. Share this video. May Allah bless you all as I leave all of you in peace. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.